So our boy GG, aka Gary Gensler, was in the hot seat today, and boy oh boy was it a spicy one. We'll check some of that out right here today on Pour Over Finance. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Pour Over Finance. Listen, I'm not gonna waste a lot of your time. It may appear that I am obsessed with Gary Gensler, but I'm not. The guy is just making it very difficult for Americans to be able to transact, hold, trade crypto, and anyone that's going to get in the way of a specific type of finance or technology in finance that's going to get in the way of the American people. That interests me because I am an American living in America that has to deal with this. So, like I said, we're going to jump right into the material, hear what some of these congressmen and lawmakers had to say, and see Mr. Gensler's answers, and we'll discuss it a little bit. So, let's not hold back too much, and let's jump right into this. So we'll listen to Mr. Davidson at first here.
Chairman Gensler, your record of failures to protect investors and abuses of power make it clear that we need to restructure the Securities and Exchange Commission. The failures are many, but let me cite some of the abuses. You average more than 2 rules proposals a month. You provide inappropriately short comment periods. You have unworkable and unlawful ESG disclosure mandates on the market. You have essentially a Hotel California rule for crypto where you can check in anytime you like, but you can never leave. You have endless discovery with no resolution and no clarity for the captives in the market. You have unworkable proposals for overhauling equity market structure, a de facto ban on crypto through proposed custody rule. You have high staff turnover, unhappy people leaving your office, and unhappy companies and capital leaving our country.
Wow. Is he roasting him or is he roasting him? He's laying it all out there. We have unhappy companies leaving America. We have unhappy customers. We have unhappy companies. Oh, it's just so much that he's been doing. He's not been giving any kind of clarity towards these rules that he's imposing. I love the fact that we have people standing up for the little guy, which the reality of it is that's why the SEC exists. It's to protect investors, not this bullying mentality. And I have to say, I only saw all of this happening after what happened with Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX. And he was in Gary Gensler's ears, Sam Bankman-Fried. So again, I think this is a financial thing, but let's continue to listen here.
To correct a long series of abuses, I'm introducing legislation that removes the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission and replaces the role with an executive director that reports to the board where all authority would reside. Former chairs of the SEC will be ineligible under my proposed bill. And this isn't just my take. It resonates across the political spectrum. The American people want democratic access to capital, retail investor participation. You can't just exclude retail investors from markets and claim it's for their own good. Our markets need to function and flourish, and I yield back.
Wow. How amazing was that? He cooked them, and he said some things that needed to be said, and I'm extremely happy about that because, again, this is what Gensler has been doing. He's been making it extremely difficult for companies, for traders, for anyone within the crypto space. He's not giving much time to be able to make decisions. He's not giving clarity. And personally, I hope that they do remove him and put in place someone that's more fair. Look, I'm not looking for crypto to be the wild, wild west where everyone gets to do whatever they want to do. There's clearly going to be some cryptocurrencies that are defined as securities, others that are defined as commodities. And they need to give that clarity so that we can continue to move on with this segment of finance. What has been taking place is unfair and it needs to stop. And I'm glad to see that we're finally getting to a place where some of the people that are on our side are on the side of cryptocurrency, of advancement, speaking up. So again, we'll jump into another one here and kind of listen to what he has to say, because Gensler really put his foot in his mouth this time, and I'll explain why. I'm not going to listen to the full 2 minutes on this one, but I'll explain why. There's a specific reason why I chose this video.
Is Ether a commodity or a security?
And again, it depends on the facts and the law, and if there's a group of individuals.
I'm asking you about the facts and the law sitting in your seat and the judgment you are making.
And so, Mr. Chair, I think you would not want me to prejudge, because I'm also.
But you have prejudged on this. You've taken 50 enforcement actions. We're finding out as we go, as you file suit, as people get Wells notices on what is a security in your view, in your agency's view. I'm asking you a very simple question about the second largest digital asset. What is your view?
And my view is if there's a group of individuals in the middle that the public is
anticipating. All right, so let me just ask a second question then. Do you think it serves the market for an object to be viewed by the commodities regulator as a commodity and the securities regulator to be viewed as a security? Do you think that provides safety and soundness for the product? Do you think it provides consumer protection? Do you think it serves the value of innovation? I think no should be a very simple answer for you here.
And I would agree. And I think that Gary put his foot in his mouth with this one, because there is video of him specifically saying that Ethereum is a security. And his reasoning is because it has the staking aspect of it. He specifically, I've seen video of him specifically say that when Ethereum went from a proof of work to a proof of stake crypto, it became a security, simply because there are rewards that can be earned. That is also the reason why Kraken had to stop their staking as a service, because of the Security and Exchange Commission pretty much deeming that staking on Ethereum is considered to be security. It's considered to be a security. So as this gentleman, Mr. McHenry, is saying, you have the commodities group calling it a commodity. You have the securities group calling it a security. There's really no clarity as to what's going on here. I said I wasn't going to play the full 2 minutes, but let's listen to the rest of what he has to say. I think this is all just very important information to be aware of if you are into the crypto industry.
I think
that uncertainty is bad, is it not?
And I think that Congress has said that there's one agency, the Securities and Exchange Commission, under this committee.
And you won't answer my question, and you're the head of that agency. So give me a break. Come on.
I'm answering it in the generic because you would not want me to speak about any one set of facts and circumstance.
Okay, so, but you've already spoken. Have you said anything about Bitcoin?
My predecessors and the agency itself has spoken to that.
Okay, but you're not willing to do the same about Ether. Okay, so let me just step back. There's a lack of clarity here in the marketplace. Can you at least agree to that?
I think that the clarity is there. The law is clear.
All right.
There's a group
so
of individuals
let me be explicit about this. The market doesn't see it. Your regulatory actions and the CFTC's regulatory actions say that there's a great deal of uncertainty here. It is the intention of this committee to fix that uncertainty and actually provide a sound legal basis for this.
Ooh-wee. Boy, do I love that. I love the fact that they're not letting up on him. I love the fact that they're going hard at him. I love the fact that they are just clearly outlining what they want to hear answers on. Did you see how much he stuttered there? He could not give a direct answer. Is it a security or is it not? And he goes on to say, you would not want me. It's yes or no. Is it a security or is it not? And there is video of him saying that Ethereum is a security. So I find it to be very interesting that now when he is sitting in front of a body of different lawmakers and congressmen and just people asking questions that can actually make some sort of change, all of a sudden he doesn't have direct answers. I find that to be extremely hilarious. It just points out the hypocrisy and the lack of clarity that he's been offering. This is it, because if there was clarity, he'd be able to answer their questions without all of the stuttering and basically beating around the bush that he's doing. So I have another video here, And this gentleman, he was pretty brutal as well. And I'd like to play it for you guys. And, I'll give my thoughts afterwards.
Does it concern you, by the way, that your approach to the digital asset industry is actually driving this industry out of the United States?
We're trying to drive it to compliance, and if they're not complying with the laws, then they shouldn't be offering their products.
Reclaiming my time. Madam Chair, I would like to enter into the record this Wall Street Journal article from April 14th, 2023, detailing China's ploy to open its banking system to crypto firms in an effort to seize an opportunity created by our hostile regulatory environment, which, Mr. Chair, you're a big part of.
Without
Look,
objection.
Chair Gensler, FTX was domiciled abroad and so is Binance, yet American consumers still had access to both. You can't really think that pushing this industry abroad is going to protect American consumers when it hasn't several times in the past on your watch. You say the crypto market is rife with non-compliance. However, existing SEC rules make no sense for blockchain-based companies, and following them would actually kill these businesses. Your regulatory style lacks flexibility and nuance, and as a result, you've been an incompetent cop on the beat.
Ooh, an incompetent cop on the beat. I released a video last week that says he's a clown on the beat. This guy called him an incompetent cop on the beat, and that's because Gensler, and you can go check the video out that I put out, basically said that if they're not following the securities laws, he's going to be a cop on the beat. Meanwhile, there's no clarity offered, and as you heard this gentleman say, you're driving business and you're driving innovation out of the United States, and you have countries like China even opening their minds to the concepts because they can see how hostile cryptocurrency is, the type of hostility that the United States is treating cryptocurrency with. And if they can be one of the places where cryptocurrency can pretty much be exchanged, then they become even more powerful in that regard, because where do you think these businesses are going to flock to? But anyway, let's continue to listen.
Doing nothing to protect everyday Americans and pushing American firms into the hands of the CCP. Your intention to work against SEC mission and put American investors in harm's way has been made very apparent, sir. It's been a year and a half since you've appeared before this committee. You need to answer to Congress about the issues that you've had with the SEC staff union, the work environment you've cultivated at the SEC that's led to hemorrhaging of senior staff, the intellectual inconsistency of your regulatory treatment towards Bitcoin spot ETFs, and your politicization of capital formation opportunities through your treatment of certain SPACs. And that's just to name a few.
Wow, they really went at Gensler with this one, and I love it. And some of the stuff they're highlighting here, I was not even aware of. The fact that you have hemorrhaging of employees, he's creating a workplace that isn't exactly friendly and welcoming. The fact that there is a problem with the way cryptocurrency is treated in this country, the fact that he's pretty much pushing businesses away from the United States at a time when we need to hold on to as many businesses as we can. Listen, the SEC is there to provide regulatory clarity, to protect investors. There's a bunch of different things that they're supposed to be doing, and he's not doing any of this. He's just making it more and more difficult. And, I just wanted to quickly just show you guys. Here we have an article where Brian Armstrong highlights chances of Coinbase moving out of the United States. The article pretty much goes on to say Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, seems to be stirred by the lack of regulatory clarity in the United States. Anything is on the table, including relocating or whatever is necessary. That is what's going on. Per Brian Armstrong, I think the U.S. has the potential to be an important market for crypto, but right now we are not seeing the regulatory clarity that we need. I think in a number of years, if we don't see that regulatory clarity emerge in the U.S., we may consider investing more elsewhere in the world. Again, is that something that the United States wants to see? Businesses, to see financial tech, to see the advancement of this way of transacting money, basically. to be pushed out of the United States? Is this a big ploy to just introduce Fed now? Is it because of the fact that maybe he likes his palms greased and these other companies are not greasing his palm? He's against DeFi. He's really been putting the squeeze on cryptocurrency. Next article here, Coinbase may face years-long battle with the SEC. So there's a lot that's going on. And like I said, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I'm very happy to see that a lot of this stuff is now being brought into question. I'm happy to see Gary Gensler sitting under the hot seat. I'm glad to see that regulators and congressmen and lawmakers are all stepping in and doing something about this. Personally, I do not want to see cryptocurrency be the wild, wild west. I don't want to see people lose their money. I don't want to see collapsing of exchanges that are dirty like FTX. I don't want to see rug pulls. I want to see all of this stuff clear up. But the way that it gets cleared up is not through stifling technology and stifling growth. And that's what pretty much was being done by Gary Gensler and the current state of the SEC. So we'll have to see what comes of all of this. I don't think it's going to be a situation in which he immediately gets removed, if he gets removed at all. But I do want to see advancement. I do want to see change, and I hope that we see it in the form of just a little bit more friendliness and clarity for what's going on in the crypto industry from the people that we've put in place to address this stuff. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that this is a step in the right direction? Do you think that maybe this is going to heat up and really go nowhere? I don't know. You guys tell me. Sound off in the comments below. And if you guys enjoy what I am doing here, I'm going to ask once more that you please hit the like and subscribe button. It shows your support. It also allows this channel to get spread to more individuals who may be looking for this sort of information, and that would be awesome. Anyway, guys, I am Aaron. This is Pour Over Finance. I do want to tell you that I appreciate you spending your time with me today, and have a good one, guys. Peace.